Hello students, I hope you all are fine. So today we are going to start with the geography chapter 1, that is resource. Now this chapter is basically in your half yearly syllabus. Now let's continue. Now what is resource? Anything that satisfies human needs is called resource. Okay. Gift of nature such as air, water, soil, forest, minerals, as well as human creations such as building roads and so on are the resources because they satisfy various human needs. So these are the resources which satisfy the human needs. Okay. Now human beings too are resources. Okay, because they have the ability to develop skills that can help them to identify new resources and find out uses of existing ones. So you can say that human being is also a resource, and so human beings are basically developing the new technologies, and those items are being very much useful in the market. Okay, now a thing becomes a resource only when it is useful properties are being recognized. So thing is useful or becomes resources when the properties are being recognized. For example, coal has existed on the earth for millions of years, but it becomes a resource only when man discovered its fire producing properties. So coal has become a resource when the man introduced a power or fire producing capacity. Okay, now coal, which is now considered very valuable, had no more value than an ordinary rock until it was recognized as resource. So it was basically, earlier it was a rock, it has no uses. After the invention of fire production or the energy giving mode, so it became a resource. Okay, so once a thing is recognized as resource, it acquires some values. So when once a thing is being recognized as resource, so it has a value. Okay, now let's see the term that what is the value of resource. Now different resources are valued for different reasons. Some resources can be brought, sold, or can be used to make things that could be brought and sold. Such resources are economic value. So the resources which can be brought, sold, and that purpose, market purpose, so that can be termed as economic purpose or economic value. Okay, crops and minerals are the example of these resources. The need for the pleasure is also a human need. So the need for pleasure is also a human need. So these things that gives us pleasures are also resources. So the things that gives us pleasure or the pleasure to the human needs are also termed as resources. So things that gives us pleasure is also termed as resources, like mountain, deserts, etc. are the resources because we enjoy the beauty. Such resources have aesthetic value. So first we got to know about the term, that is the economic value of resources. Now the next second is the aesthetic value of resources. So these are the values of resources. Okay, now I hope you have understood the concept that what is resource and what are the values of it. Okay, now comes the types of resources. So let's see. Resources can be classified as natural, human, and human made or man made resources. So these are of two types resources can be classified, that is natural and human made or man made resources. Resources like air, water, sunlight, minerals, forest, wildlife are provided by us by the nature. So these are the resources which the nature provides us. These are called natural resources. So the resources that is provided by the nature is termed as natural resources. Okay, now human beings and their qualities, abilities are called human resources. So the qualities and abilities that the humans show through their production work or any other thing, so these are the human resources or human made work. The knowledge, skill, wisdom, health, etc. are the human resources. So the technology, the inventions, the productions, the knowledge, the skills are basically the human resources. Okay, now resources created by human beings are also known as man-made resources. Man-made resources include house, roads, school, hospitals, government bodies, machines, and so on. So the resources that is created by human beings are known as man-made resources. So what is the difference between the human resource and man-made resources? The human resource was basically the knowledge, skill, capacity, and anything, that was a human resource. and the human made resource or man made resources are the resources like hospitals, government, machines, roads, schools. These are the human made resources, because humans are only implementing this, the production of these resources or the implement of these resources. Okay, the application of the latest knowledge and skill is doing or making things called technology. So the latest knowledge and the skills in making or doing things is known as the term technology. It is also a man-made resource. So this is also a man-made resource. Okay, so there are two kinds of resources, basically the natural resource and human resource, or human resource is also termed as human resource development and man-made resource. Okay, understood. Now comes the classification of natural resource. Let's see. Natural resource can be classified on the basis of nature, stock, distribution and level of development and use. So these are the basis of the or the classification of the natural resources. Okay, now on the basis of nature, natural resources may be termed as biotic or abiotic resource. On the basis of the nature, natural resource is classified as biotic and abiotic resources. Okay, now the biotic resources are the living things such as useful plants and animals. Okay, the biotic resources are basically the useful plants and animals, and the abiotic resources are the non-living things such as water, solar energy, soil and metals. So these are the abiotic resources. Then comes, depending on their stock, natural resources can be classified into renewable and non-renewable resources. So first one, it was classified on the basis of the nature. Now on depending on the stock, it can be classified as renewable and non-renewable resources. Now see, renewable resources are those which are present in unlimited quantities or are constantly being generated by natural process or can be generated by us. So the renewable resources are basically the resources which can be generated by us, and it is a natural, it is occurring through natural existence. So it is not limited in nature, or it cannot be exhausted. It is growing day by day. So we can generate it by and it is in ultimate quantity and constantly is being generated. Okay, now resources like sunlight, wind, air, etc. are the inexhaustible or renewable resources. So these are present in vast amount that the human's consumption is for various purpose. They do not affect the quantity much. So these are in vast amount and does not affect the quantity much. Okay, our activities can however make these resources unusable. For example, if air becomes polluted, we cannot breathe even if it is abundant. So our activities can however make these resources unusable. So if there is air pollution, we cannot breathe through it because it is polluting the nature, though it is being abundant. Okay, so and many natural resources are being recycled into the environment by natural processes, and this keeps their quantities more or less constant. So many natural resources are being cycled in the environment, and this by natural process, and this keep these quantities more or less same in constant. So such resources are, when consumed, recompleted over time. Such natural cycles like water cycle, oxygen cycle takes place quite rapidly, while others like rock cycle are very slow. Hence all resources do not get replenished at the same time. So it is basically saying that many natural resources are cycled within the environment by the natural processes, and this is more or less constant. So these are more or less constant when consumed or replenished over time. So some cycles like water cycle, oxygen cycle and nitrogen cycle takes place quite rapidly, while some cycles like rock cycle are very slow. Okay, so some cycles are working very quickly and some cycles are taking millions and billions of years, like rock cycle. Hence so now non-renewable resources. Now the non-renewable resources are those resources which were produced in past by the natural processes that can be occurred by chance and may not occur again. So the resources which were being made earlier millions and billions years ago. So these resources are the resources which was produced by natural processes in the past, and that can be occurred by chance and may not again. Okay, these resources are very limited in supply and they cannot be generated by us once they are being consumed. So after being consumed we cannot generate it, so it was occurred through natural processes. Okay, like metal ores, fossil fuel for examples are the non-renewable resources. So these are the examples. Some resources like iron, gold, wood, etc. can be reclaimed if discarded things and used again and again. So this is known as recycling. So some metals like iron, wood, gold can be reclaimed and discarded from the things and can be used in other purpose, and they can be used again and again, and that is recycling. All the resources cannot be recycled. For example, fossil fuel once consumed cannot be reclaimed or cannot be recycled. Okay, now resources are not evenly distributed everywhere. Okay, resources like sunlight, air, which are found everywhere are ubiquitous resources. Okay, the resources which are found everywhere is known as ubiquitous. Resources like metal ores, fertile soil, which are not found everywhere are the localized resources. So the resources which are found in a basic locality are known as localized resources. These resources are not found everywhere. Okay, now based on their level of development and use, resources can be actual or potential. So on the basis of the level of development and use, the resources can be classified into actual and potential. Now actual resources is that whose existence has been proved and their location, quality, quantity have been determined. Okay, all resources that are currently in use are the actual resources. So the actual resources is resources which are actually in use, currently in use, and those have been proven and whose location, quality has been determined. So these are the term, that is the actual resources. Then comes the all resources may not be suitable for utilization with the available of technology. Such resources and the resources that has not yet been identified is known as potential resources. So the all resources which may not be suitable for the utilization with available technology. So with the utilization of available technology, the all used resources cannot be utilized. Such resources is termed as potential resources. Okay, or yet not be identified. So these resources are known as potential resources. For example, the force of flowing water and the wind are potential resources until we learn to generate power from them. So if a wind is blowing very highly, so if we cannot generate the windmills to produce electricity, it is a potential energy. Okay, now they are known as, for example, the force of flowing water and the wind are the potential until we learn to generate the power. Now they are also known as actual resources. A reserve is a part of an actual resource which can be utilized at sufficiently low cost with available technology but kept for future use. So what is reserve? A reserve is that part of actual resources which can be utilized sufficiently low cost with available technology but for future use. So this was the concept of the types of resources. Now the types is classified on the various ways. Firstly, I have classified the types on the basis of the nature, that is abiotic and biotic. You have to learn the definitions and their examples. Then comes the depending on the stocks. So depending on the stocks, the nature, the resources is classified as renewable and non-renewable. So you have to learn the definitions and their examples. Okay. Then number third goes, the resources is classified on the basis of the event distribution. So the resources is third point goes, the resources is classified on the basis of distribution. Now distribution is ubiquitous resources and the localized resources. Again you have to learn the definition and the examples. And fourthly, the resources is classified on the basis of level of development, like actual resources and the potential resources. So you have to learn the definition of potential and actual resources, and you have to learn the term what is the reserves. Okay, so this was a classification. Four classification is done. So I hope you have understood the content from this video. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment. So thank you, students.